Yo, what's going on, Snipers, and welcome back to our Ottawa Senators franchise mode. So in last episode, we took on the Montreal Canadiens in the first round of the playoffs, and as you can see, we had a pretty solid round. Like, we let in a lot of goals in a couple of the games, like these two games especially, where we let in 5 goals in both of them. But the rest of the games, we played solid defensively, and we scored a lot of goals, so we had a pretty solid first round nonetheless. We're on to the second round where we're facing the Boston Bruins, who we've never played before in the playoffs. And yeah, they had a solid record. They had a pretty good season for the most part. I'm going to bring up the next playoff infographic because I've done this in the last episode. So yeah, this is basically how the Boston Bruins compared to us during the regular season. So in comparison to our stats, Boston had 250 goals. They allowed 227 goals, so they played worse defensively than the Habs did. They were a plus 23 in differential, which in comparison to us is definitely not that good because we were plus 105. In terms of the record, like I said, they went 48, 28, and 6. Their power play was actually pretty decent. It was close to ours, not as good, but still pretty close at 22.2%. But their penalty kill, that was their main concern, as they went 77% on the penalty kill. However, in those 4 games that we played against them during the regular season, we went 2-2-0, so they won both 2 games and we won both 2 games. So not like the Habs where we swept their season series. We kind of had a back and forth battle with Boston. So anyways, let's see how this plays out in the playoffs. Hopefully we could get past them and get to that conference final where we've never been before. Even though we've been in the second round like 5 times maybe. I'm not even 100% sure. But anyways, game number 1. Hopefully Boston's a bit tired because they went to 7 games in the first round. Not sure who they were facing. I think it was Detroit. Here you go. First period. And it is 1-1. Boston scores first. It's Sergei Anisimov. And then Dmitry Plekhanov, our captain, continues scoring goals. And it's a 1-1 game. Shots are 11-5 in favor of us, which I'm liking, but I'm just not liking the fact that Kuleshov already let in a goal on 5 shots. Hopefully we could clean that up a bit in the second. And we're not going to clean that up in the second. 2 more goals for Boston. David Pastrnak and what was his name? I don't even remember his first name, but Harper makes it 3-1 for the Bruins. Shots are 25-13, but we're getting beat by 2 goals. Hopefully we can have an offensive third for us. There you go. Plekhanov scores early into the third. Can we tie the game up? Plekhanov's got 2 goals for us. We need to get it done for the captain, boys. There you go. Lou Joseph ties it at 3. This is a good third period. Power play. We're not going to score on it. Last 5 minutes of this third period. There you go. Baumgartner scores, and we are going to win 4-3. I was not actually expecting us to come back, to be honest, but 4-3 win after being down 3-1 going into the third. That's a really good way to start off a series. So Plekhanov from Voinov and Baumgartner, so that's probably the power play again. Plekhanov from Loktionov and Baumgartner. Joseph from Hornquist and Baumgartner from Ekholm and Loktionov. So Ekholm picks up an assist as a depth defender, so that's good. Baumgartner gets first star with 1 goal, 2 assists. Plekhanov gets second star, 2 goals, and Loktionov the third star, 2 goals. So the top line getting it done, probably because of the power play though, because yeah, that power play is really deadly. And let's see, yeah, Vishnevsky is back. That's what I was thinking. He was going to be back for the second game, so that's good. Getting that defenseman back in here. So Ekholm, you are going to be scratched again, and Vishnevsky back in, which means LaRosa goes back to the top 6, and McCutcheon goes back to the top 4. So hopefully with Vishnevsky in the lineup, we clean up our defensive play a bit, because yeah, 3 goals in that first game. Hopefully we could limit it down to 2 goals at the most. So here we go, game number 2, still on home ice. Let's see if we could take a 2-0 series lead. First period, and it is scoreless. Nice, I'll take that. Shots are even, 8-8, and nobody has any goals yet. Let's see what happens here in the second period, and it's 2-0 for your Sens, yes. Loktionov opens the scoring, fouled by Ivan Pushkarev. Shots are 19-15 in favor of us. And we have a 2-0 lead. Come on, boys. Let's just keep it up here in the third. Power play for us early, but we don't score on it. Another power play. We don't score on it. Power play for Boston now. They don't score. Looks like a really aggravation. Not an aggravation. What the heck am I trying to say? A really like physical third period because a lot of penalties taken. And we're going to hold them off by a score of 3-0 as Voinov gets the empty netter. And we have a 2-0 series lead headed back to Boston. So definitely using that home ice to our advantage. Hopefully we could take a game in Boston. So Loktionov from Baumgartner and Pekanov, Pushkarev from Westcott and Prohorkin, and Voinov from Pushkarev. I think our power play must be still really clicking. Oh yeah, I was going to read the 3 stars, goddammit. So Kulesov, first star, 26 saves. Pushkarev, the second star, 2 points. And Loktionov gets the 3rd star. So I'm looking at all our lines are contributing, and our power play has been doing really good. And we played actually really good defensively with Wisniewski back in the lineup. So hopefully that can continue in Boston. We're now at 6-2 in the postseason. Come on, boys, let's continue this in what is the arena called? TD Bank Garden? I don't even know. I might be thinking their old arena, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, game number 3, first period, and it is 1-1. We open the scoring, Loktionov, but like a minute later, Bruce Hills is going to make it 1-1. I think his name's Bruce Hills. If it's Bruce Hills, it's like Bruce Willis, so that's kind of cool. I wish I would have drafted him now. Shots are 13-5 in favor of your Sens. Second period, and 3-1. Holy crap. We're dominating them right now. Hornquist makes it a 2-1 game with his first ever playoff goal, and then Pekanov scores. He's been scoring a lot as of recently, and we have a 2-goal lead. Come on, boys, let's not do what the Boston Bruins did in game number 1, where they gave up a 3-1 lead. And they're going to pull within 1. Charlie McAvoy. Come on, guys, just hold them off. Get in. Oh, my God. They actually came back and tied it. The Brusque makes it a 3-3 game. Power play for us. Come on, boys. We don't score on it. Last 5 minutes of this third period. Are we going to overtime in game number 3? Yes, we are. Shots are in our favor, 35-26, but it is a tie game. Not a really good game for Kulesov. Hopefully we could find that goal, considering we have the amount of shots we do in overtime. Overtime underway. And, oh my God, an early goal from Boston, and they came back now from a 3-1 deficit. Pasternak completes the comeback. Oh, that is a really bad game. Boston did it to themselves, and then we did it once too. So Loktionov from Pekanov and Baumgartner, Hornquist from Joseph and Connolly, and then Pekanov from Loktionov and Baumgartner. And then we let in 3 unanswered. So that's almost like what we did in the first round actually too. So we've had a couple games where we've just not been able to keep our lead. So Pasternak gets first star with 3 points. Not Connolly, what the hell. McAvoy gets second 3 points, and Pekanov gets the 3rd star with 2 points. Okay, so hopefully Kulesov could have a good game here, because when he's not on his game, that's when we lose. Because then our offense can't keep up. So hopefully we could take a commanding 3-1 series lead here going back home. Because if not, then it's a brand new series pretty much. So here we go, game 4. Come on, boys. Let's win this game. We almost won last game. We could do it again. First period, and it's 1-1. Okay, I'll take that. So Marco gets his 3rd of the playoffs, which is pretty good for a 4th-line center. And then Bouliane ties it at 1. Shots are 9-5 in favor of us. Come on, Kulesov. Just play good, please. Second period, and it's 2-1 for us. There you go. Joshua Connolly scores. Shots are 19-18 in favor of the Bruins, but we have a 1-goal lead. Come on, boys. Let's make it a 3-1 game. I don't know who wants to score it, but hopefully we can get a 3-1 goal. Fukufuji maybe, because you haven't scored in a while. Since the first round, you had 3 in the first round. Last 5 minutes of this third period. Time is winding down still, 1-goal lead, and we're going to hold them off to a 2-1 victory and take a 3-1 series. A really good game actually for Kulesov. He had a bit of a slow start, but he made 29 saves, I think, in that one. So Marco from Westcott and Fuji, and then Connolly from Lou Joseph. 3 stars, Kuleshov gets first star, 29 saves. Kuhlman, who's theirs goalie, makes 30 saves for second star, and Connolly gets the third star with 1 goal. Okay, so pretty good performance there. Another good defensive game. We could have probably scored more goals, but good defensive game. Like we've had quite a few good defensive games in this postseason so far. Hopefully we could end the series here on home ice, because we got to use this home ice to our advantage. So game number 5 on May the 1st, so we're now into May. Hopefully we can continue the season going. Come on, boys. Let's win this series. First period, and 1-0 for us. And it's Artem Loktionov who opens the scoring, and we're killing them in shots 17-6. Damn. Let's just keep up this offense, guys. Like this pressure. Just keep it up all game, and we should be able to do this. Second period, and it's 3-0 for us. Connolly and Plekhanov. Shots are 26-23 in favor of your Sens. Let's see what happens here in the third period. But it looks like we're going to be headed to the conference finals, maybe for the first time in this franchise mode, which is pretty crazy to say that. Christensen gets them on the board, but we still lead by 2 goals. Time is winding down, penalty kill, and we killed off last 3 minutes. And we are headed to the conference finals for the first time in this GM mode. We have finally cracked the goose egg of the second round. Now, hopefully we could play good in the conference finals, or else, like, this season might have not been that good, because Baumgartner is probably not returning for next season. So, Loktionov from Baumgartner, Connolly from Joseph and Hornquist, and then Plekhanov from Baumgartner and Loktionov. Plekhanov's got like 8 goals in the playoffs. So, Kuleshov gets first star with 37 saves, damn. Connolly gets second star with 1 goal, and Loktionov gets a third star with 2 points. But we're off to the conference finals finally. It's about time we get to the conference finals. So let's take an updated look at the player stats before we see who we're facing in the conference finals. Hopefully it's a team we could beat. I don't know who's still alive in the playoffs. Okay, so Plekhanov, 12 points in 11 games. Same with Loktionov and Baumgartner. So that first line's actually still killing it. Even at they're kind of getting a bit older, 27, 26, 27. Voinov, 9 points. Pushkarev, Joseph, and Westcott, 7 points each. Connolly, Fuji, Prohorkin, 6 points. Marco, Hornquist, Anisimov, 4 points. Wu, 2 points. And then Ekholm, Kapitanov, 1 point. And nobody else has any points. In terms of goalie stats, Kuleshov is 8-1-2 with 2 shutouts and 929 save percentage and a 2.08 goals against average. Okay, guys, sorry about that. My Elgato cut out again. I don't know what the heck is happening with it. It just keeps glitching like that. So, anyways, what I was saying is now let's see who we're up against in the conference finals. Hopefully, it's a team we could beat. It's looking like it's either the Rangers or the Carolina Hurricanes. I think we played Carolina once in the postseason before, and then the Rangers are a pretty deadly team because they've been, like, I think they're back-to-back Cup champions, maybe. I'm not 100% sure with that, but we're going to have to face the Rangers, so we're going to have to get through a really good team to get to the Stanley Cup Finals. But at least we got home ice. Okay, so I'll check our lines out. Once I save, come on, I said save file, let's do a game. Why isn't it letting me save? Okay, 1 second. I'm just going to back out and save because I don't know what the heck's happening. Okay, so let's take a look at their lines. The conference finals for the West is Colorado and Arizona, which both those teams have former players. So hopefully, if we go to the Cup Finals, hopefully we could beat whoever that is. But we still got to get past these New York Rangers, who probably have a deadly team. Yeah, they still have a pretty solid team. So you got Maximus Aker alongside of Calvin Holmes, who I think, he was the first overall pick in 2022. And then you also got Anthony Mantha, who's near the end of his career. Second line, you got Gaspard Labruyere. I don't even know how to pronounce that. And then Nick Schmaltz and Henry Cavallo. who is another young up-and-coming center, or not center, right winger. Was drafted second overall in 2026. Third line, you got Oliver Bjorkstrand, Danton Heinen, and Matthew Appleby. And in fourth line, you got a defenseman in Nikita Okitike, so they don't even have a forward there. Pavel Zacha and Maxim Kravchenko. In terms of defensemen, they have Topi Vitaloma, Seth Jones, so another veteran, Josh Morrissey, and Saul Thompson. And in the top six is Brandon Montour and Harrison Cons. Goaltending-wise, they got Ruslan Malkin and Ted Green. In terms of scratch, they got Stan Howard and Caleb Garlock. So their team has a lot of a mix of old players and young players, which is usually a good thing for building a good playoff team. So I'm kind of scared. Hopefully we could somehow beat this team, because I think they've won multiple Stanley Cups in the last few years. Actually, I should be able to check by looking at their lines. I should be able to see their player stats from the year before. But I'm pretty sure the Rangers have won like 2 cups in the last couple of years. Calvin Holmes, let's see, playoff stats. Yeah, it looks like they won a cup 2 years ago. And then they're looking for a second straight Stanley Cup. But then again, Holmes might not have played that long. Oh, I actually know he has. Yeah. So yeah, I think the Rangers have won 1 cup recently, and they're looking for a second in a row. So this is going to be a team that has a lot more experience than us, because we've never been in this round before. And as you can see, they had a pretty good record going into the playoffs as well. So should be a pretty good matchup. So guys, that's going to do it for this episode of my Sens franchise mode. So in next episode, we're going to take on the New York Rangers in the conference finals. I'm surprised we actually made it to the conference finals this year, especially considering it is our final season of the series. So yeah, we're going to take on the New York Rangers, and hopefully we could beat them this time. Well, we actually never played them, but yeah, hopefully we could beat them and get to that Stanley Cup Finals for the first time, because literally I don't even know how this team is not performing the way they should be, because we got such a good offensive core. The only thing with the Rangers is I think they did win the Stanley Cup the previous season, so it's going to be a bit of a battle on the fact that they're the defending Cup champions, but hopefully we could get it done. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.